Quick disclaimer before you watch the video. Just to let you know, the audio quality is absolute trash. I changed my helmet recently. I used to have one of these, which is the modular style with a boom mic, and the recording from that was on previous videos really good. When I changed to this one, rather than the boom, I was using the alternative, okay, which is what you're supposed to use. It turns out that this is trash. It's absolute crap. So I've actually ended up now installing the boom mic into this one, which works quite well actually, I think, and the audio quality is so much better. So quick tip for those people having the same sort of issue, maybe something to consider. So advance apologies for that. Anyway, try to enjoy the video. Right, let's get going. It's off to work we go. Right guys, how's it going? It's been a while, I know, my god, what is it? It's well over a year since I did, well, I was going to say my last bike vlog. However, my last bike vlog was my very first one, I suppose, so this is number 2. Over a year, that's ridiculous. Anyway, I think if you did watch my last one, or my first one, I'd been explaining that more or less just passed my test here in China, and picked up my first bike, which was a 300cc bender. So I kind of went into that a little bit in the last video, but mentioned to you that I was kind of feeling a little bit regretful that I didn't go for the 500 at the time. I probably wish I had. Well, it's okay. I mean, I was learning to ride, let's face it, so it's probably the more sensible choice at the time. I haven't done my my helmet up, have I? Shit. Let's pull over and do that. So basically, this is the end of the season. It's getting cold now. It's -5 every bloody morning at the moment. -6. It's only going to get colder. Here in China in the winter, it gets down to about -25. So I reckon this is kind of the last week. Might get away with it next week if I've got sort of afternoon classes at the uni or something. But I think I'm going to have to hang up my helmet for the rest of the season now, until end of March, beginning of April next year, which is when I'll get back in touch with you again, because that's going to be exciting. Anyway, this bike, let's talk about it a little bit. It's a 500, so I did get the bike I wanted in the end. I've been riding around on this since March of this year, and I've only got round to sort of talking to you guys about it now. So it's a Vogue, or Vogue, V-O-G-E, CU525. It's 497cc, I think. I can't remember the horsepower and torque and what have you. It's roughly around about 50 or just under. I'll put the details on the screen there, but it's a great bike. It's a cruiser bike. It's great. It's really punchy. It's got a lot of torque, I think, for what it is, and super comfy. So it's great for sort of commuting. I mean, I've taken it into the mountains with my son. He's on his CF Moto 450 SR, I think it is. So he's loving that at the moment. But yeah, it's great. What a fantastic bike. I know a lot of people talk about Chinese bikes as being a little bit unreliable, and they've got some reputation there, but they're certainly getting better, that's for sure. This one is, so I'm told, the most popular most popular bike in China right now. It's near the top of the list. So, and I'm really pleased with it. I can understand why it is as well. It's great. I mean, 500cc. It gives you, pretty much gives you everything you need in terms of just power and everything. So it's quite maneuverable. I love it. It's good, but with me, I want to upgrade again. Jesus Christ! You see what happened? To some accident down there. So yeah, next March. Exciting times. I need to dig in and save some money, but yeah, I'm not gonna say anything just yet. But for sure, new bike on the horizon. It's something which is a little bit out of my league at my age. But well, enough said on that. Anyway, what else is there to say? Nothing much has changed. I was still working at the uni. I'm going to be there for the rest of my life, I think. Jesus, it's pretty cushy deal there. What else? What else has been happening? Well, God, quite a lot actually, really. It's more to do with my son, obviously, Joshua. He's over here now. He was doing some sort of a lot of travelling initially. He quit his job back in the UK with Lloyd's Bank, and he thought, sod it, I want to do some travelling. So he went off with his girlfriend doing that, and she ended up lifting his leg and essentially saying that he wasn't the one for her. So that threw a spanner in the works. They continued their separate ways, and his intention was to come to China as his last stop anyway, to come and see me. So he ended up sort of fulfilling most of his plans on his own, but yeah, I met him in Shanghai, and we went around Shanghai for a couple of days, and Beijing, then back to Hohhot again. And that was, oh Jesus, when was that? That was December last year. So he's been here ever since. And you know, he started working. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He's sort of starting up his sort of online website design stuff, which he's still doing now. But I said to him, you know, you might as well, you know, you live in the life. I said, you don't need any money as such. I mean, I'll give you everything you need. You can live here. There's no rent or anything to pay. Nothing for food. But you know, if you want your own independence, autonomy, so to speak, then you might as well just start working at the uni. In China, it all adds to your life experience, etc. So that's what he's done. So everything's working out well. Everything's good. So I'm glad, you know, quietly, I'm quite glad that he's out of the UK. What a shithole that's turned into now. There's no other way to put it, really, is there? I have absolutely no intention to go back to the UK for any other reason than to see family if that opportunity arises. But apart from that, you know, if I have to leave China for any reason, it will be to some other country. It won't be back to the UK, that's for sure. I think there's quite a few of you, well, some of you that will have seen my really old YouTube videos, which are still up actually, talking about, what was it, the 5 reasons why I left the UK. And I did get 1 or 2 comments saying that I predicted the future there. And I think I made the right decision for sure. I think many people have seen that. I got mocked mercilessly for wanting to come to China, and I think there was a bit of a sweepstake going, that they were doing some private side bets that Doug would be back in within 3 months with his tail between his legs. So yeah, there we go. 11 years later, I'm still here, and with no intention to leave. So it's pretty cold. It's not too bad. What is it? 2 degrees, 2 or 3 degrees, according to the weather app. I've only got a t-shirt on under this. It's a bit chilly, and I usually go down about -5 is my limit. Simply because, I mean, this is a 15-20 minute journey into work, and in the mornings what I'm finding myself do is stopping about halfway, 3/4 of the way, because I can't feel my fingertips anymore. I've already got 2 sets of gloves on, a leather set and the bike gloves on top, but your fingertips, they freeze to it's so painful that you've got to stop, and you're squatting down next to your bike, putting your hands on the exhaust for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to warm your hands back up before you can start riding again. And that's at -5, so yeah, it's -6 this morning. I didn't have work this morning, fortunately, so it's only 1 class this afternoon, which is doable. Pretty clear. Pollution's pretty good today, 65. I know that's generally higher than the UK, but 65 is damn good here. Yeah, pollution's not good, I have to admit. Especially in the winter, when all the heating starts coming on. Government controls the heating. The heating company are in bed with the government, obviously, and you don't have any sort of manual control. So they turn it on sort of middle of October, and they raise it and lower it depending on the ambient temperature outside. So you literally have no control. Which I suppose is why we disconnected from the heating company, and spent an absolute fortune on an independent gas boiler, which I think I'm the only one in our community of a few thousand people that have actually done that. I'm not having anyone tell me when I can have my heating on and off. I want independent control of that. It actually works out a little bit more expensive, but I have the autonomy. My nose is running. I hate that. My pin lock is fogging up still a little bit. Let's crack that open just a bit. Okay, coming up on the uni now. Fruit and veg. Motorbikes are not very common in the city. These guys know me now. Usually I have to show a card, but they're familiar now. Pretty big campus this. This is the south campus of the university. We've got the north as well. It's about the same size. Can't remember how many thousands of students actually attend. Ooh, jerky. It's not very smooth. Right, here we are. They get really funny with me when I park in a regular parking space, because they think because I'm a bike. They think, oh, you have no right to park in a parking space. Oh, those slow speed manoeuvring's pretty good now. Right, that'll do. I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. Right, I'll see you on the other side. I've got 2-hour class. Let's get that out of the way first.
Right, good afternoon, everybody. Ha! We had a big day today. Good afternoon. Okay, today what are we doing? We're doing some speeches, right? But that is not your native language. Second language, yes, okay, good. Alright, so we got that one. So there are a couple of questions we're not too sure about here.
The period of hot days after the start of autumn, usually lasting for 30 days, is called autumn.
So there you have it, guys. That's kind of a little snippet of a typical class. It's I find it pretty easy these days. Well, have done I've been doing it for so many years now that it's just feels sort of second nature now. It's challenging at times, but thoroughly enjoyable, I can assure you, and very rewarding job. And yeah, what can I say? Life is good in that respect. Right, so that's me done for the day. I only had one class today, so I've got a day off tomorrow. Alright, with that said and done, I don't think there's much more for me to say before this video goes on too long. The next time you'll hear from me will be most likely next year, back in the spring, when you shall be introduced to my new bike. Very exciting, very exciting. Like I say, I think I'm going to have to work right the way through my holiday in order to be able to afford it, but thank you. But yeah, so there we go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Talk to you again in 3 or 4 months, when you shall see a new bike with a nice green colour scheme. Alright guys, cheers, see you later, bye.